welcome to video number 4 of the ukulele education series. In the last video, I promised that I would show you how I teach the first chords and the first notes. I do two things first. Number 1, I put stickers on the ukulele. I have other videos on that, so please feel free to check them out. I think I'll have a little card up here. Number 2 is I show them how to read a chord chart. So using the chord chart and using the stickers, I communicate to the students that C chord is red. I also ask them to use their third finger in front of the neck, of course. It's not really their third finger because they have their thumb, but I don't get into specifics with them. I really just want them to get their first chord out of the way. So we start with C. C is easy, it's red, it's dull, and I just have them put their third finger using their fingertips as I showed you in the last video and just get the first sound. They usually get really excited. Some beginners will get this sound out of the last string. That just means they're not pressing hard enough. They're not pushing the string all the way down to the neck. So with some adjustments, you should be able to get the full sound. After they learn C and after they're done being super excited, we move to A minor. A minor is played with the middle finger. At least in my class, every teacher has their own different style. A minor is played with the middle finger. So same thing as before, they have to press it all the way down to the neck and get the sound. The next step is more important than getting the first sound. At least for me, it's more important. Most students don't want to shadow play. Shadow play means we're not going to make a sound. Shadow play means we're only going to exercise the left hand or the right hand if you have a lefty ukulele. We're only going to exercise our neck hand. So I ask the students to switch from C to A, like this, just as an exercise. And then once I see that they're doing it correctly, like they're not taking forever to switch, then we add the sound. Switch, switch. Next, I tell them to hover. So first we play, then we shadow play, then we hover. So we're playing C. The next chord that's gonna come is A minor. So I ask my students to hover over the note that they're gonna play next. So they have to put their middle finger right over the A minor, not playing it though, so that their switch is really easy. The next one, I am always surprised at how much of a reaction I get out of them. When I think, okay, next is F chord, I don't think it's a big deal, but the kids do, because this is the first time that they're gonna need two fingers at the same time on the neck to play a note. So they always get they always get kind of excited and have reactions about playing with two fingers. Once they get over that, go to A minor and tell them that they're just gonna press the other green note. Now warning, abunai, a little dangerous. Sometimes students will want to flatten their hands and they'll get a really disappointing sound like this. So they'll say oh, what's wrong with the ukulele? What's wrong with the strings? But they'll blame everything, but not realize that they are not rounding out their hand. Like I explained in the last video, video 3, they need to round out their hand. So if you need to take the ukulele and just remind them, make a C shape. Make a C shape first. That's what we're gonna do now, make a C shape. And then come back to the ukulele and make the C shape. Also, ask the kids to kind of look over the ukulele and see, is my finger touching the other strings? Because if it is, you're gonna get that sound. If they're not, you're gonna get a better sound. Much better. Ooh, it's falling out too. Super humid here today. And now do the same step. Shadow play first, A minor F, A minor F, A minor F, and then hover. Play A minor with your finger ready for F. Then I put it all together. I start from C to A minor to F. Shadow playing first. C, E, E, A minor, A, switch to F. Without this hand. That's important for me because I want to see that they know how to use all three fingers and that they're hovering. So if you thought you got a reaction out of F, or if they gave you a reaction from F, oh, get ready for G or G7. 3 fingers is a lot to handle for some of them. They freak out about it as well, but they get so confident once they get the right sound. You're at F, middle finger goes back, ring finger down. And that's exactly how I explain it to them. I use a document camera as well, so they can see like a super zoomed in version of my hand, and it's on the projector. So if I do it in front of them, like it's not the same as them seeing it on the document camera. I have to do some like crazy yoga just to get there, but it helps them really see it. So we start up like F, 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 then switch, G7, G7, switch, F, 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 back to G7. And we do that with 4 beats. You can use a metronome, you can use a drum beat. My favorite drum beats will be down in the description below. And that's all. And then have them play it. And then G7. Chances are you're gonna get this on at least one of them. Again, ask the kids to check. Ooh, I'm pressing the strings with my other fingers. Some students will complain. They will say my fingers are too big, the ukulele is too small. It doesn't really happen to me here in Japan, but it happened to me in the States. So I showed them the video of Israel Kamakawiwa Ole, the Hawaiian player, and I said, you have no excuse now. His fingers are definitely bigger than yours. So after that, the students stopped complaining and they found how to fix it. So if you need that, go ahead and use that. I recommend it. Once they've got to 7, then practice the slide to C. And this one they're usually okay with. Slide to C. So G7 and slide to C. At the end, I turn on the beats. The link is below. And then we put it all together. So for the beginning students, we just do whole notes like this. Remember to hover. To differentiate, ask some kids to do half notes instead. So if they can handle it. At the same beat, they're just adding more on the right hand if they can handle it. Of course, you can differentiate up to quarter notes. And even 8 notes once they're ready. Ready for strumming patterns, then give them strumming patterns. If you don't have strumming patterns, I have strumming patterns. You can check mine out in the description below. I hope that video was useful and that you learned something from it. If you have any feedback for me or any strategies that work for you, please leave them in the comments below. Stay tuned for the next video where I will talk about how I teach tab to the kids.